Uh,
Hey y'all, what's up? It feels like it's been a while since we've been on live, but we was on live last week, wasn't we?
yeah.
So it's another week of Teen Talk. Wednesday Night Live with Ablaze Youth. We have a new series that we're kicking off called What's Next. We're preparing for the holiday season and the new year. So after all that we've been dealing with in this previous year and all the things that we've been going through, what's next? After we reach certain accomplishments in life, what's next? But before we get started, y'all know what time it is. Be sure to like, share, and tag a teen in this video. Don't be selfish. Don't be watching it alone. Grab the family, get the teens together, and tag them in this video. Let us know where you're watching from, who's all on here watching with us. Come on, get it popping. Send up those hearts, send up those likes. Share the live and tag a team. Come on, let's get it popping.
What's up? What's up, everybody? On live. We live, baby. We live. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? How everybody doing? Pray all is well. Pray you had a fantastic day. Let's go.
So we're on week 1 of What's Next, and the topic is when the world seems upside down. You know what? Let's just face it. We're living in an upside down world, so welcome to the upside down world. It's a world where the truth is trashed and lies are applauded, where the honorable are despised and the wicked are empowered. That's what kind of world we're living in this moment, where sound morals and strong character are relentlessly mocked, while immorality is praised, paraded, and protected. Good is evil, sin is virtue, left is right, war is peace. Has the world gone mad? Somebody let me know what y'all think. Has the world gone mad in this upside down world that we're living in? It seems like being real is fake and being fake is being real. Come on, what you think about that?
Yeah, the world going mad. They been going mad. They been going crazy. They been out their mind, been out their box.
Anybody out there, you ever had an experience where you were being truthful and you were being real about something or a situation or a person, but everybody just thought you were lying when at the whole time you were being real? They called you fake because you told the truth.
Right.
That's the kind of world we're living in today, an upside down world where it's good to be bad and it's bad to be good.
Right.
People that obey the law and obey the rules, that go to school like they're supposed to and get good grades are called corny and lame, while people that's gang banging and running the streets are the cool ones. That's backwards to me. But life was not meant to be like this. We may have become accustomed to this world around us, but we have been made for another place. We were not made to live in this world like it is today. We were made to live in the Garden of Eden. And compared to the Garden of Eden of our creation, this world is not paradise. Compared to the place that Jesus is preparing for those who love him, this place that we're living in now is a nightmare. So it's no wonder that people feel like there is something wrong with this world, because there is. A great proof of that is how innocent are corrupted over time. Think about it. When a child is born into this world, they're so innocent. But as they grow, they are corrupted by the things around them, by the things and the lifestyle that they're surrounded by. It corrupts them. But we were born innocent. So that's the proof that this world is gone mad. It's upside down. If we struggle with depression, with disease and stress, it's because we live in this upside down world. Exactly. Our hearts long for a better place. So, but make sure you get this right though. God didn't do this. God didn't turn our world upside down. We did. We corrupted the world with sin. We corrupted the world with the things that we are doing, So we have to remember that God didn't do it. God is still God. God is still perfect. God still reigns. He still rules, and he's still a good God. It was us that made this world upside down.
Right. Life is filled with change. No one understands change more than a teenager. Think about it. Look over the past 10 years of your life or so. How many times you had to start a new beginning, grades change every year, which mean new teacher, new classmates, new friends, just new people. It's changing like every year it changing. Sometimes it get better and sometimes it get worse. But it changed. Especially, as a teenager, you're gonna experience that a lot going through school and college and transition and from
Hmm.
out your mom house to your house, and it just be it's changed.
And finally, your teen years end with your biggest change yet. You leave a part of your life you've grown to understand through grade school and high school, and then you enter into a totally different world of college or the career field. This period of constant change, it can be both scary and exciting.
Change can be very difficult and scary. What do you find scary about change? Come on, put it in the comment. We need somebody to talk to us. What do you find scary about change? Whether it's changing a habit or attitude or school or a city, change is always a challenge.
Mhm.
Change is even more difficult when it's imposed on us suddenly or without our approval. Our first reaction to change is almost always negative. We resist change. Why is that though? Why do we resist change? Why it's so hard for people to change? Why it's so hard for people to shift? I heard a preacher say it's easy for me to take a step and do the wrong thing, right? It's easy to do that. But when it's time to change, that's gonna make you better, gonna put you in a better position. We
Yes.
always hesitate on it. We always second guess it. We
Mhm.
always, trying to see like, should I really do this? Should I really take the job? Should I really go to this school? Should I really take the promotion? Should I really do it? Change could be uncomfortable, but sometimes it's necessary. Anything that shakes our comfortable nest threatens us. We don't
Mhm.
like things to be unpredictable. We don't like stuff to be. We want to know. We
Yeah.
don't like things to change. We want to know exactly where it's going. When we want everything to be programmed in the right place. Change is necessary. Like right now, all of us are going through a change,
Mhm.
especially with COVID-19 to hit. Each and every one of us are going through a change, and we're trying to figure it out. Like everything has changed completely, and it happened just like that. And you know what's so crazy about it? Nobody wasn't prepared for it.
Nope.
Nobody wasn't ready for it. Nobody saw it coming. Now it's hard for people to shake back. Now people scared to step out on faith because they don't want to make the wrong move. And COVID-19 just it changed the game.
Yeah.
If anything comes up that is a surprise, we resent it because it give us that feeling of uncertainty. So we complain and criticize and we gripe and we grumble.
And change always produces stress, even positive changes. Negative things like an illness, a death, divorce, getting fired from your job, getting kicked out of school, or uprooting your family to move to a new location. All these things causes stress. But even positive changes causes stress, like a wedding, a new baby, a graduation, a personal achievement. Any kind of change, positive or negative, can cause stress in your life because now we have to adapt. We have to adjust to this new
Right.
change and
Right.
prepare for it. But we can try to ignore it all we want, but change is constant and it's always happening. So we might as well embrace it and, pick up, go with the program.
Exactly. To move on in life, we really have to leave the old things behind. This is where saying goodbye effectively comes in. Uh that's so hard to do, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest things to do is say goodbye. Some of the best things we can do in life, it be the hardest to walk away from certain people, to walk away from certain situations. And if we have not said goodbye and we're still living in the past, things are going to be much harder. At some point, you got to walk away. At some
Hmm.
point, You gotta go. Said I can't keep continuing going down this road because change is upon us. A lot of people, they comfortable in their situation, they satisfied in their situation because it's working for them, right? It's
Right.
working for them, but the whole time, God really want what He wants something better. He got something better for us, but we satisfied where we at because it's been working. Why break? Why fix it if it's not broke? That's what people say, but a lot of time people really need change because when you get satisfied where you at, you stop growing, you stop maturing, you stop doing things because you satisfied where you at. I don't know what's on Instagram.
And then the world is evolving, but
Right.
then you'll get stuck in the past because you're afraid of change. And this is one important note. Leaving the past is not the same as suppressing your past and pretending it didn't exist. But you can't continue to live there. If you've made a change in your life, if you gave up your old ways and you decided from this day forward, I'm going to do the right thing and I'm going to live for God and I'm no
Come on.
longer going to pop pills. I'm no longer going to smoke or drink. I'm not going to go to school with an attitude and fight and cuss.
Right.
Then once you are forgiven of that, you have to leave that behind. And also, if you grew up in the projects, if you grew up in the, hard and you were poor, leaving your past behind doesn't mean you have to forget where you come from. You remember where you come from, but I'm not in that place anymore. I can't continue to have a poor mentality. I can't continue to live in poverty just because people are going to say I think I'm better than them. I don't care what people say or what people think. If I'm trying to make this positive change in my life and I'm trying to do better for me and be an example for my sisters and my brothers and be an example and being a better child to my mom and my dad, I got to leave that, say goodbye to those old ways, goodbye to those past. And you can literally say it out loud, like,
Right.
goodbye to the old me, hello to the new me, because I'm making this change in my life to better myself.
Right, exactly. Everything changes except God. We might begin to wonder, is there anything permanent in life? Yes, there is. Hebrews 13:8 says that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. In a world of uncertainty, the Lord remains constant, forever loving, forever caring, and forever there for us. You know, a lot of times God be trying to force change on us, and we'll fight it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll fight it because we satisfied where we at. God, he still want us to change, but we'll still push back. We won't step out and we won't do it. And sometimes when stuff start happening in our lives, we can't understand it. It's probably because sometimes God be wanting change. He wants stuff to be different, and it's hard to understand sometimes when stuff just start happening. And now your life upside down, your world upside down because stuff start happening. It start hitting you back to back, whether it's good, whether it's bad, but it start hitting you. And now you asking yourself like, why why have all this stuff? Why is this happening? God, He chased the ones He loved. He want us to get out that comfort zone, and go out and be the head and not the tail, and that's something we got to do. But it's hard for some people. It's hard, and especially when you can't understand God's instruction, you don't know what it is. You know in the back of your head, you saying it got some stuff I can grow and move on and get better. But sometimes we don't accept it, and we don't accept the stuff that's happening in our life. But while everything is changing, Jesus remained changeless. All that Jesus Christ was yesterday that we read about in the Bible, He is today.
Yep.
And all that He is today, He will be tomorrow. And He is already, in your future. Once you got something to say? Once you put it in your head that God got the plans for your life and just go with the flow, life will be better. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it's hard sometimes doing, stepping out on change when your world upside down. It's hard, especially when stuff just hitting you back to back to back, back to back to back. And you can't understand for the life of you, like, why is all this stuff happening to me? Why in the world my world is upside down? Why in the world I'm just going through so much? You know, and then you'll find yourself, you'll start questioning yourself. Where did I go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Where did I mess up? You know, we was at the balloon release, you know, for your cousin Andre, Auntie Benita, you know, when she started talking and, you know, with tears rolling down her face, and she was saying, I listened to her, she said, you know, I love my kids, you know, I done right, I love God. And I said that to say this because sometimes you'll start going through life and stuff will just start hitting you back to back. And you'll be beating yourself up. Actually, like, where did I go wrong? Why in the world is my world just upside down? Why am I going through all this? And a lot of times change be on us. Like, God be wanting us to change so he can give us what he wants. So he can give us that prosperous life. But sometimes it's hard when it's everything working. You know, why switch up and it's been working? Why? You know, God is limited by time. He's past, present, and future. When you get to the future events, he's going to already be there.
Right.
That's comforting because I know whatever change I go through, he's going to be there, you know, for me.
He'll be there already. He's making a way for you. So sometimes we just have to put our faith and our trust in God that he knows the plans for our lives and he holds our lives in his hands. You know, we go through all these things and our world is upside down and so many changes around us. But one thing that we can count on is that God will never change. He's always the same.
Right.
In 3 truths about God, you will never fear the future if you remember to focus on 3 unchangeable facts about God. If you build your life on these 3 truths, you'll have no problem coping with change. You have no problem dealing with the fear of the future. These truths are unchanging. They never change. They're immovable and they cannot be shaken. Number 1 is God's love for you will never change. No matter what you do, no matter what sin you commit, no matter what you say, how you live, God's love for you, there's nothing you can do to change God's love for you. Now, what he doesn't like is the sin in your life, the sin that you're committing. But he loves you no matter what. That's the first truth that you have to realize. No matter what you're dealing with, no matter what you're going through, God's love for you will never, ever, ever change.
Right. Never.
And the second truth, God's word will never change. He's the man that he shall not lie, nor will he ever have to repent of anything. If he said it, guess what? He shall perform it. If he said that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, then guess what? I don't care what weapon is thrown at you, what dart is thrown at you, what words are spoken against you, they will not prosper. In those words, you have the power of life and death in your tongue, so you can condemn every negative word that was spoken against you. If God said that he will forgive your sins and remember them no more, then guess what? When you go to him, you can go in confidence. When you repent and say, God, I'm changing, I'm asking for your forgiveness, he don't remember it no more, so you shouldn't remember it anymore. Exactly. If his word says that he will go with us no matter where we go, if we lay our bed in hell, he'll be there, then you have confidence in knowing that that word will never change. That word will never change. It won't change. And the third truth about God is God's ultimate purpose will never, ever change. Whatever purpose he have on your life, if he said that you are going to be blessed, then guess what? You may delay your blessing by the things that you do and the choices that you make, but his purpose for you will never change. He's going to make it happen whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
I remember the story that my dad tell about when we lived in the old house. He didn't want to do anything with that house. He said he would rather put a match to it and burn it down before he fixed anything. But God had a purpose for him fixing that house, and he didn't want to do it. Right. So what God did was he had put him in a position where he had no other choice but to fix their house. And as soon as he started repairing that house and doing what God says and fulfilling the purpose that God had for him, he began to build the house that God had for him. But there is some work that we must do first in order to reach that purpose or reach that goals or receive the blessings that God has for us. We have to be obedient to his word. We have to put our trust in him. We
Right.
have to love him as he loves us. No, can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me this time. Can y'all hear me good?
Mic check. That might be her phone. Turn yours on.
What?
Turn your phone on.
All right.
that's her phone.
All right, so yeah. So those are 3 truths about God. His love for us will never change. His word will never change. And the purpose that he have on your life will never, ever change.
Right. You know, the Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. Psalms 18:2. It's so very important, you know, when change upon you, you stay positive.
Yeah.
And stay focused and know that God got you.
Right.
And you can't get discouraged.
Right.
You know, I was talking to Alfred before I left, and we were talking about some stuff, and he said, man, you can't understand God's plan. You can't ask why. Because if you do, you'll go crazy.
You will.
So you just gotta know that all things, you have to know it. All things gonna work together.
Yeah.
He said, you'll go crazy. And that's how a lot of us be. We can't understand God's instructions. I don't know why God taking me down this road. And it get frustrating. Because you know you've been trying to do right and you just trying to understand, trying to make sense of everything, and your world is absolutely upside down. Upside down. And he said, Joshua said in chapter 1, verse 9, he said, have I not commanded
Come
you?
on.
Be strong. Watch this. And courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. I'm talking about when life throw curveballs at you, when life giving you everything is God. He said, don't be discouraged, for your Lord, your God, will be with you wherever you go. But I understand it's hard when you're in certain situations.
Yeah.
I understand Aunt Benita Faye when she start questioning herself because she been taking licks back to back. And when you in that kind of situation, it's hard to understand God's instructions. I don't know. Like, it's hard. In my world upside down, it's hard for me to keep the faith. I'm lost. I'm on my 3rd one. I'm on my 3rd child. I don't supposed to be burying my kids. They supposed to bury me, but here I am. I'm trying to understand God's instructions. And it's hard sometimes because life, you know, life is hard. If you're not very careful, if you don't have a strong mind and you don't know how to deal with life, it'll take you out.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take you out. He said, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer. Well, when I read this, I know he was talking to me. Watch this. He said, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. That's Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 through 7. Don't be anxious. And I'm going to be honest. You know, me and you been together, what, 14, 15 years? How many years we been married?
Since 07.
But be honest, we done had some good times. We done had some bad times. A lot of bad times. A lot of, confused nights. And I'm going to be honest. A lot of our disagreements came about something to do with ministry. And I've been asking God, like, why? If you call, me to do this, why so hard? Why every time I find myself in a situation, and it's not about a platform, it's not about preaching, but you called me to do this, and yet this has been one of my biggest struggles. We could be good 2-3 months later, have something about ministry, and then it all goes down because I know where your heart at. I know how you feel about God and what He's trying to do. And my problem is, I've been anxious about a lot of stuff. I say stuff sometimes I shouldn't say. I say stuff that, first thing that come to my head, and I see it. And it caused, a lot of confusion, and it had made our world be upside down. People don't know the times I done told you I quit.
Right.
I said, I ain't coming back. I'm done. I'm done. But for some reason, something just keep pulling me back. I could go anywhere I want to go, probably. I done had offers, but for some reason, I can't go. But the problem is, I can't understand God's instructions. You saying this what you want me to do. I changed. Watch this. I stopped taking pills. I try to be a role model, for my family, but now they said I think I'm better than them, or I'm this and I'm that. And all I want is you to be better. You got family threatening to take your life. So I asked God, like, why? Why should I keep going? And it seemed like I don't have no fight in this race. Why should I keep going? Because I'd rather be happy, just, stay myself and just do me. But when that friend told me that, they said, man, you can't understand God's instructions. So we were talking about Fat Daddy. A man that love his kids, love his wife, support his kids, and life happened. His wife, they life upside down, they world upside down. All of a sudden, and change happened. Mm-hmm. And you can't understand. And he said, man, you just stay positive and trust his word, because if you try to figure it out, you're going crazy. That's what been my biggest downfall. I jumped the gun on a lot of stuff. I spoke on a lot of stuff. That's why I said, don't be anxious. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of stuff. Half the times I said stuff, I ain't even pray about it. I ain't go to God. I just said what come to my head, and it cause our world to be turmoil. That's what we was talking about, huh? We cause our world to be turmoil in certain situations.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, don't be anxious. Don't jump the gun. I want to see people win. I want to see people prosper. And I get discouraged because nobody won't change. It's hard to keep going and keep trying to do the right thing and trying to motivate people and get people to come to church, but nobody won't change. And they can't understand why they world upside down. Because we're running from change. Running from change. And I told God going into 2022, I want to be different. I never thought in a million years, on family members threatened to take my life. And I know for a fact, every time they call or somebody call, I'll drop what I'm doing and go. Same person that wanted to say they were going to kill me, I went and done something for them at the last minute and came back and gave you COVID. Gave my daughter COVID. Gave your stuff away, your shoes away, your money away, trying to satisfy other people. And sometimes you get discouraged because that's not what I want. That's not what I want. So going to 2022, I know I'm not the only one. We can't figure out God's plans. We just gotta let it be. Much as I want to question God about why Fat Daddy. I know he's a good dude. I know he love his kids. It hit different. I don't wish nothing on nobody, but all the men that don't love their kids, that don't love their wife, they can care less. But you choose somebody like that. We're talking about change, right?
Right.
These are the kind of situations that force us to change. I just want to be a better man. I just want to get a bunch of people around me to say, I want to be a better man. I want to be better than I was yesterday. It's a lot of stuff that we all need to do to submit ourselves to see change. Because at the end of the day, one of the things I'm afraid for God to say is, depart from me.
Come on.
Because I never knew you. But God, sometimes it's so hard to get people to change. It gets so hard for people, to start doing the right thing. I just want to hear him say, well done. But a lot of us gonna miss it because we're running from change. We gotta change. I gotta change. Everybody gotta change to be better, to make this world better. Looking at people going through their storms and they trials, it makes you look at life different.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It makes you look at life different, man. But we gotta be ready for change. Even if it hurt. Even when you can't understand God's instructions. Even just be looking for change. So that's my petition. Going to 2022, I'm looking for change. I'm not concerned about what nobody else doing.
Right.
I'm not concerned about that. I want to see people change. I lost so much peace, so much time complaining about what somebody else ain't doing. So now I'm focused on my change. Focus on my change, man. Cause I just, I can be a good husband. I can be a good dad. I can be a good friend. But when all said and done, I want to hear him say, well done. Well done.
And I think there's time for everybody to just stop, get your eyes off everybody else, and take a look in the mirror and look at yourself. Do a soul search, and make the necessary changes that you need to make. If you notice, it's not the older people that's dying out there. It's the young people that are losing their lives. We almost had another lockdown today at our school. This would have been the fourth one this year, looking for weapons, looking for guns, looking for drugs, looking for mace. We are losing our young people to the world because our world has been turned upside down. Now is the time. Elect Lady has been stressing this for the last few weeks, and I think it is time for us to make a change. If each one of us would look in the mirror and say, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I know that's a Michael Jackson song, but that is a message. If you start with the man in the mirror and you ask yourself, are you ready to make that change? If we all, work on ourselves, then we can all, as we change and he change and my friends, they make the changes that they need to make in their lives, we can make this world a better place. It's time for us who are so-called Christians, us church folks, to rise up and be the change that we wish to see in the world. It's going to start with us. We have to be the living word. We have to be the example for others to follow. We have to make the change that we need to make. We have to, just because we go in and tell somebody that, we want to invite them to church or they need to get saved, but then they see us cussing and fighting and, pulling guns. We can't do that. We can't do that. We have to be the change that we wish to see. If we want them to put the guns down, put your gun down. If you want them to stop cussing, you stop cussing. We have to be the living examples. We have to be heaven on earth. It starts with us. If we want to bring peace, we have to be the peace. If we want to see the world loving more, we have to show love. If we want to see friends, we have to be a friend. It's time, because our world is passing us by. People are dying every minute, and you don't want to be caught up and say that, man, I wish I woulda, coulda, I shoulda, because it's too late then. We never know when God is going to part those clouds. We never know. No man knows the day nor the hour. So each day we should be making a better presentation of ourselves than we was yesterday. No, you're not going to be perfect. Yes, you're going to make mistakes. But as you strive each day to be better, you will be able to look back at your past and say, man, look how far I've come. Look at all the things that I've accomplished. Look at all these things that I've did. When things change and you fear the unknown, God will give you peace, security, and wisdom. He was talking about my Aunt Benita Faye earlier. One thing she said was, if it had not been for God, if it had not been for her belief in her faith in God and her walk with God, she would have lost her mind. It's going to be God that will give you the peace that surpasses all understanding. It's going to be God that will make you smile when your world is upside down. God will walk with you and hold your hand and comfort you. Yeah, elect lady. The world is dying, asking us for help. Can't you hear them plead, saying, come rescue me? The world is dying. But where are the Christians? Just because you go to church don't make you a Christian. Let's make that clear. A Christian is someone who's following Christ.
Right.
Someone who's doing what his word says. I lay down my life and I pick up my cross and I follow after him. That's what a Christian is. Not somebody that go to church, because anybody can go to church and go back home and raise hell all week.
Right.
So don't be fooled looking at man thinking, oh, they go to church every Sunday and now you see them messing up and you say, I thought you were saved. They were never saved. They were never a Christian. They just went to church.
Right. I don't want to do church no more. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to do church. I'm a master doing church. This point in my life, I just want to do good. reaching out, changing the nation, bringing families to Christ by the power of God. Well, all the discussion about change brings us to a change that we'd like to challenge each of us with. The change I would like to lay before your concerns or faith. Here's the challenge. I want us to decide if our faith is going to be part of our lives or if our faith will become our lives.
So let me explain the difference. When faith is part of our lives, we control it. When faith is our life, it controls us. For example, when faith is a part of our life, we do just enough not to feel guilty or to keep our membership, our name on the roll at church.
Right.
But when faith is our life, when we can't do enough for God, I can't invite enough people to church, I can't tell enough people about God, I can't give enough stuff to help the less fortunate, I can't do enough to please God when faith is my life. So don't make faith a part of your life. Make faith your life.
Right. So we're getting ready to go. We want you to think about that. Right. We got a few more. We got 30 days left in this month. What your change gonna be? What your change gonna be? Right? I know what mine's gonna be. I just want to do good. I know the other stuff gonna come. I want everybody around me to do good. But I can't focus if they don't want their change. I can't get caught up what they don't want.
Right.
But I gotta focus on my change. I gotta focus on my change. Or be honest, I can't go to another funeral. Not when somebody gone before their time. I know God got everything, He understands, but it hit different when you know somebody's supposed to be here. Life hit different, so I can't go to another one because next time might be somebody on my side of the family. I'm tired of seeing people wrestle and struggle with life, then die and go to hell because we won't embrace change. You know, we're living in some dark days, some dark hours where I don't care if you like it or not, change is upon us. And if you don't shift, you're going to miss it. I think we're in the same season when God was telling Noah to go build that ark. And people didn't want to change. They didn't want to believe him. But I don't want to be the reason why people die and go to hell. Because I didn't do all I can do. You know, I didn't shut my mouth when I supposed to. You know, I didn't motivate somebody when I supposed to. I discouraged somebody to give up. I discouraged somebody to walk away because I don't want to embrace my change. I don't want to be a hindrance to nobody. So I'm embracing my change because I want to see change. So like Kelly said, start with the man in the mirror. I can't go look at nobody else. I got to start with me. So if that's you and you listening, you said, we heard what you said. And I want to embrace my change. I don't care how listen to me. I don't care how saved you are, how much you pray. Everybody got some kind of change they can do.
Right.
Don't ever think you the master where you can't change. Make that change. And trust God. Don't question God. My heart goes out for the Brown family, Fat Dad and his family. But I thought about Job. Yea, do you slay me?
Come on. Yet I trust.
I'm still gonna trust. I'm still gonna trust. So we're getting ready to pray. We wanted to talk to you. Talk about change, because that's the reason why a lot of our world is upside down. You wake up, you can't understand why in the world I'm being attacked like this. I should have been past this by now, but we're running from change. We're running from change, and I hear you, Cam. We're going to embrace our change. Because if you want to see change, we got to change. Man, I love y'all. We got to go. But I'm excited. I'm excited about your future. I'm excited about what God getting ready to do. And I know it's going to be big. Anytime God got his hands on it, it's going to be big, man. And now I'm getting ready. I'm start looking at stuff different. Shut my mouth and be humble. Serve. Been having a problem with serving.
Serving is key.
I've been having a problem with serving. I'm gonna be honest, got no skeletons in my closet. And it's been a lot of my downfall. Change. 2022 is gonna be a great year. It's the year of grace. Change is upon us. Change is upon us, but us as leaders, the ones that know better, we gotta do better, because while we're doing church, our family dying.
Right.
They dying, man. They dying. We know they not living right. We don't have no heaven or hell to put them in, but we know they weren't living right. That's one thing I'm afraid, to get before God and he say, I ain't do nothing. You went to church on Sundays, but who got saved? How many people you hindered because you flashed out? How many people you discouraged because you sent the wrong email? How many? So I'm embracing my change. I'm embracing my change, man, because I'm starting to appreciate life. Appreciate it. When we saw Fat Daddy the other day, man, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts when you got a person that can walk in the room and change the atmosphere. You got a person he'll do what you ask and love his family. It hurts to see somebody laying like that in the bed because they world upside down. But we're going to embrace change. Don't run from it. It's going to be uncomfortable. You might feel like it's not necessary. But start looking at it a different way. Focus on your change. We love y'all. We're going to pray. But I thank God for being God. I thank God for being God. The truth be told, if it had not been for him, we wouldn't have made it. We wouldn't have made it, man. We getting ready to pray. Dear great God of heaven, we come to you humbly just to say thank you. We made a lot of mistakes. We made a lot of bad decisions and caused our world to be upside down. But God, at this moment, we ask you to forgive us. for everything that we done that's not like you, because we ready to walk into our change. So do what you need to do. Move what you need to move. And by the power of God, we thank you. We thank you for our families. We thank you for the leaders. We thank you for the years you have kept them. God, we thank you for the stuff that you're getting ready to do. God, we move any kind of confusion, any kind of discouragement, any kind of doubt, any kind of fear. We cancel that assignment in the name of Jesus. Because we want to be the church that bring change. We don't want to be known for the giveaways. We don't want to be known for the gas and the turkeys. We want to be known for change. We want to be known for saving your people, delivering them, changing a nation. That's what we want to be known for. So God, do what you need to do, starting with me. So God, I ask you to forgive me for everything I've done. Every wrong word, every wrong thought. Because we are embracing our change. I love you. God, I'm excited. Because I know it's going to be big. This season, God, allow me to humble myself to get to know you more. Draw me closer so I may draw your people. I thank you for Kelly. I thank you for the anointing that's on her life. For years, I took it for granted. But now I'm embracing my change. God, I love you. I'll be careful to give you all the glory, the honor, and the praise. Change. Listen, if I said something, I want you to sow a seed. I want you to sow a seed. Because I believe change is upon us. I believe it's upon us. Put the cash out. I believe it's upon us. But we got to embrace our change and have one another's back. When you fall, I got you. You can lean on me. I got you. We got to see change. We're going to see change, Ken. It's coming. I got you. Stay consistent. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't get discouraged. Keep God first. It's coming. Whatever your heart desire, it's coming. But stay consistent. Keep doing it. We thank God for our leaders. We thank God for our leaders. You know, for years I took my leaders for granted because they were my in-laws. But now I'm embracing my change. I'm embracing my change and it feels good. We love y'all, man. We got to go. We got to go. But it's going to be big. I promise you, it's going to be big, man. You got something else you want to say?
Yo, join us on Sundays at 10 a.m., 507 South Cypress Street. Let's start, really reaching out to change the nation. We say it every Sunday, but let's actually start doing it and working the vision, reaching out to change the nation. So the change starts with us, like we've been talking about all night. The change actually starts with us, but we still, we reach out to other people, and as they see us change,
right,
they'll be like, man, I want to serve that God you serve, who can make you change like that.
Right.
So.
Right. My SB people, my SB fam. Listen, man, something big, man. I'm telling you. That's why I wrestle with it so much, but I go about it the wrong way. I try to get my points across the wrong way. But I'm telling you, man, something big. If it wasn't big, I would have been left. But something, it ain't. It ain't Kelly. It ain't. I'm telling you, it's something big. It's something big. I just had a preacher ask me to come. I can't. It won't be the same. But I believe God waiting on all us to embrace that change. Because just think about it. If He brought you this far,
Come on.
it got to be a reason. 5 strokes. A fire.
Should have took him out. He couldn't walk. He couldn't talk. Everybody, well, not everybody. Showers of Blessing didn't give up on him, but everybody else on the outside gave up on Apostle Showers when he had those last set of strokes.
Just think about it. Think about it. You know what the church has been through.
Fire.
I think about a lot of stuff. And most of all,
vandalism, witchcraft.
And most of all, I know one that Pastor Showers will never speak about. But the people stated, I got your back. Then they left. I know for a fact, Showers the best is supposed to be running this region. But nobody want to embrace their change. So they went done their own thing. Ain't no way in the world. Showers the best is supposed to be running the region, but some people didn't want to embrace their change and they left. They said they wanted to do their own thing. I believe we would have been powerful together. But if it wasn't in His will, it wasn't in His will.
Right.
But at the end of my, at the end of my run, I don't want to be one of the ones say you left. You didn't stick by your leaders. You got discouraged and you walked through. I don't want to be like that. I want to be more humble. If I want to get young people to look up to me, it's a lot of, my ways I got to change. But I'm embracing my change. We got to go, man. We love y'all. It's going to be big, man. So start tomorrow. Embrace your change.
Start now.
Yeah, start now. It's okay. Listen, it's okay to mess up. It's cool, man. So it's okay to get it wrong sometimes. But if you admit and know where you messed up, I know when I mess up. I know when I mess up. I know when I make bad decisions. It might take me a few days to figure it out, but I know. But I want to keep going this cycle. I want to embrace my change. We love y'all. We'll be back next week. Same time. Start now. I'm telling you. Change. Focus on you. And love everybody else.
Right.
No matter what.
Right.
No matter what they're going through. No matter what they did. Because He told me, He said, love and kindness.
Love and kindness.
That's the only way I draw.
Only way.
You can't show me another way. He said, I draw people. So that means I got to take what you're doing. I gotta understand and love you no matter what. To embrace your change. Man, we got to go. It's been fun. I'm excited. It's going to be big, man. It's going to be big.
A great revival in this area will be birthed from Showers of Blessing. I'm ready. It's time. But like He said, we got to make that change.
Starting with the man and the woman.
In the mirror.
In the mirror. I guess you want to say?
Oh man, I'm ready for this revival. I'm excited to see the changes that we're making from this day forward. How we can work on ourselves while loving everybody else, like He said, man. It's going to be great. once you fall into the will of God and the hands of God, you will find so much joy.
Right.
You'll find so much peace.
Right.
In the upside down world, you can smile. That's what it's time for. So it's time for that change. We getting ready for this revival that's going to hit the land, and we want to see the souls come to Christ. Not for a food box or a gas giveaway, but for salvation.
Exactly.
We can draw them through the turkeys, but what's after that? What's after they receive the turkey?
They got to see that change, man. Yeah. It's coming.
Change is coming
sooner than you think. We love y'all, man. I don't want to be like Marvin Wine, that's what he said. Millions didn't make it. I gotta be one of the ones that did. I gotta be, man. And I'm starting with me. Loving my family more. The ones that want to be loved. The ones that, people that don't want to be loved in their life, you ain't gotta hang around. You can love them from a distance.
Sometimes you gotta love them from a distance.
You ain't gotta have no hate in your heart.
Right.
But I'm loving the ones that show me love.
You can love everybody.
So I can walk in my change. We gotta go, man. What time it is? 9 o'clock.
Pass our time.
But it's gonna be big, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in.
Make sure y'all be on the lookout for this Grace series, the Grace Gear that's coming. Y'all be in the building on watch night. We're going to have comedian AJ Jackson. We're going to have a singer, Shaniqua Smith, I think her name is. Yo, it's going down. Y'all know our watch nights always be big.
We love you too, Jazz.
Of course, Jazz.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be big. Y'all better get ready. And we have Christmas service, huh?
Christmas service, yeah. And we have our Christmas dinner for all Showers of Blessing members. Make sure y'all come out to the Holiday Inn December 18th, 7 p.m. We're going to kick back. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some laughs and some good food. Everything's free. So come out, bring your family, so that we can, show each other some love and build some holiday cheer.
Right. That's what it's about.
And get ready to walk in our grace in 2022. Get ready to walk in this change. Get ready for this revival that's about to hit the land. Thank you, Mama. I just called her Mama because, she says she's proud. That's a mama talk.
Right, man.
Because I always went, oh, Cam, please. You got some competition in the building.
Oh, yeah, we're going to turn up, man. It's going to be epic. Get your outfits and stuff together. It's going to be nice. We love y'all, man. We got to go. But we're going to be talking next week. We still on When Your World Upside Down.
What's next?
What's next? We love y'all. Be blessed.
Peace.
Embrace your change.